Why is it so important to release the loss, and how do I release it? Hi, I'm Rossanne, and if you're watching this video, most likely you've just broken up from a marriage or a long-term relationship with a partner who you believed you were going to grow old with. Firstly, let's address what the loss is that you're going through. So the biggest, most obvious loss is the loss of your relationship. And with that, you've lost your sense of someone who you thought would be there, most likely took vows in front of friends and family to say that yes, they'd be there for you through thick and thin, they'd stand beside you, they'd always be there for you. And that in itself is really hard to deal with. Then there's the financial loss. So you might have lost your sense of another support person who can earn in the family, or perhaps you've lost your main income earner. And then there's the neighborhood that you may have lost. So you might have lost the home that you built together, that you created together as a family. You may have lost the neighborhood because now you can't afford it, and so you're having to move somewhere else. So you're no longer in close proximity to friends or family or activities or resources that you came to know as your lifestyle and who you are. The biggest blow you're most likely experiencing, the biggest loss, is the loss of your kids, because you believed that they would be with you. You assumed that 24/7 you would have access to them, and now it's been denied to you, and most likely you have them only half the time. All these losses are huge, and if you look at it from a subconscious level, what are the losses that you're going through? You're going through a loss of feeling supported. Your main support person, your partner, is no longer there for you. Someone you assumed would be there is no longer there. Your sense of safety and security that comes from having certain finances and having your partner and having your children around and having a particular home, that has been shattered. And what's another loss that people don't recognize, and this is why it's so important to release your loss, because this is one of the long-term effects of simply suppressing the pain and ignoring the loss that you're going through. The biggest effect of not dealing with this loss is you no longer dream big. You've lost your sense of happily ever after. You created this family dynamic, this belief that your partner will be there for you right till you grow old and you watch your children grow up together. You created this sense of, this fantasy in your mind that your children would be always a part of your life, and your partner and this neighborhood and everything was in this wonderful, perfect mold, and that's been blown away. And now you feel like, well, if everything in my life that I hold dear to me can be stripped away so easily, what can't be? And if anything can be shattered so quickly, and it seems quickly, but it's probably been years in the making, then you start thinking, there is no such thing as happily ever after. I can't dream big. And you start setting goals that are limited, that are small, that are within your reach, that are realistic, all because you were not able to release the loss and release the pain of this heartache and the damage that has been caused by this separation. This is a severe trauma in your life, and it is going to take time to get through. Some people take years to get through this loss. Most people turn to some kind of addiction. I personally turned to sugar. A lot of people turn to alcohol or need antidepressants or turn to other vices that they later on are very ashamed of because they feel like it's so outside of their personality. It's so not them. But that's how, as humans, we try and cope with the loss. And the only way you can really release all those vices and release that long-term effect of not being able to dream big and create bigger goals for yourself is with actually healing the loss and dealing with it. So, what is the loss that you're actually dealing with? This is the harsh truth that you don't want to hear. You're actually dealing with an attachment, a notion, a concept that you own or you control these things. It's a belief that it was always going to be there, that somehow your identity was created by this person that you thought belonged to you, or these children that you thought belonged to you, or this home that you thought belonged to you. And now when all these things have been stripped away, it leaves you questioning, who am I? Who am I if I am not this mother, this father, this partner, this person who is part of this community? Who am I? What is my real identity? And that is the biggest loss, actually. And yet it is such a blessing, because in identifying that your loss comes from these preconceived notions, these ideas that this is your identity, in actual fact, what you're doing is allowing yourself to be freed from these notions, these concepts, and actually realize that you are whole, complete, and perfect from within. You are a wonderful being right now. All of you, all of who you are, regardless of all these physical things that are gone and these beliefs about support and safety and security, all those beliefs, aside from all of that, who you are right now in this moment, in this body, is perfect and is whole and is complete. Who you are when you are connected to your divine or your source or the universe or God or whatever you want to call that entity, who you are when you are connected to your true self is whole, complete, and perfect. And all you have to do is get through the loss. All you have to do is let it go. That is the easy part. Remembering who you are, that's what's important. That's what you need to take with you on this journey. And it can be a long journey. I know people who have taken years to just suppress the pain of the loss. Not even let it go, just simply suppress the pain. But I want to take you on a journey where you can actually release the loss. Okay? And there are lots of tools that allow you to do that. There are lots out there. You just Google it and you'll find tons of stuff. But the very first thing, the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to meditate. Okay, sit quietly for 1 minute. Practice that. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Focus on the top of your head. Focus on breathing through the top of your head. Sit quietly for 15 minutes every single day, and you will have amazing benefits, and you will really push through that loss. It'll really release. If that's really hard for you, get yourself into a yoga room or a Tai Chi room or something. Get yourself out in nature and allow yourself to release in that way. Allow yourself to cry. You're allowed to cry. That's a good thing. It's allowing you to release hormones that make you feel better and allows you to release the pain. It's God's way of letting you release the pain. Read spiritual books. It helps you to think outside of your head, and it helps you to stop spinning around and helps you to think bigger picture about what's real in your life and what really matters. And if you want something a little more tangible, you can watch my video on tapping for releasing loss. Okay? And I'll have the link for that in the description. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you focus on the bigger picture in this journey, that you are wonderful, complete and perfect as you are. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.